Welcome to Straight from the Horse's Mouth, where we cut the BS and give you the truth all about sports. Once again, I am Bryce Oden, host of Bryce Davis.
What's good?
Back again for another episode. Game 2 has just officially concluded. The Oklahoma City Thunder have officially won the game against the Indiana Pacers, going away with 123 to 107. Pretty much led
the whole way through.
The whole game, wire to wire. Give me your thoughts on so far. What's the place?
You know what you said about like you don't like it when a team blows another team out because you don't really know what to think. That was this game for me, where this is just a bounce back game for the Thunder. All their guys played how we would want them to play in game one. Indiana did not have the arsenal to compete when all of Oklahoma City's guys are scoring at an efficient pace and an efficient rate. And we got the game that we got. This game looked like Oklahoma City was clearly the better team. That was my thoughts.
This game is interesting because this game to me would have been last game if A, Oklahoma City actually capitalizes on their turnovers, and B, if honestly probably just that. Because they were the better team last game. And they had to leave for most of the game, and then they got hawked down by Indiana. This game, it felt like they were like adamant on not letting that happen. They were very efficient with their passes, making sure, just being smart with it. There were a couple of times where a lot of guys would do some dumb drives that I just like, okay, why are you driving? Where are you going with this? Especially early. I remember I made a note of that. Like there were some guys taking it to the hole, and I'm like, Caruso kept doing it. Wallace was doing it, and I just didn't like it. I'm like, unless SGA or Jalen Williams is driving, I'm cool with it. The rest of you niggas, like.
You're cutters. Swing and cut. Swing and cut. Yep.
Swing. You know what I mean? Swing it back here. We'll figure it out. I determine what we're gonna do with this rock. You know what I'm saying? But I just think it was just a good, solid game. Also, and everybody, I've been very consistent with this. I do not understand why my guy, Aaron Wiggins, gets not enough playing time. Like, I understand that for Oklahoma City, they have other guys favorite that they like coming off the bench before him. But again,
I'd have him early in rotation.
The dude is 6'6", can get a bucket, can shoot the ball,
can pass,
and can play defense. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me why he's damn near not the first guy off the bench. I've tweeted about this. I've talked about this ad nauseum. I'm tired. And I'm glad Homeboy showed today. Hey, first chance I got, 20. You know what I'm saying? Bro got a burner on him. You know what I mean? And I think if you're Oklahoma City, the thing with Indiana is you can't. Yes, they're a good team, and yes, they're a team that doesn't get afraid of the moment, right? But if you're one way to counteract that, if you're Oklahoma City, is to continue to have enough guys on the court who continue to keep countering. You know what I'm saying? So the thing with last game was they didn't have enough guys to counter what Haliburton was doing in the fourth, what Nembhard was starting to turn up on, what Toppin was doing. They just didn't have enough guys, what Siakam was doing. Right? It was just Shea and when maybe Chet, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't enough guys. But when you got Wiggins in the cut now, so now we got Shea.
Right. So
we got Chet.
Shea had a good game. Chet had a good game.
I'm just saying, just on the ability.
The ability
to get you a bucket.
When that all happens, and you add Wiggins to that now too. There's really nothing that the Pacers would be able to do because now it's like, damn, like if all of them are on the court at the same time and all of them are a threat to score, someone will be scoring.
And it's just nice to know that, okay, like, yes, we got Caruso, we got Dort, but damn, like, sit them down a little bit. We got some other dudes on the game who can, Nembhard, you want to shake and bake and get a bucket? Well, we got a guy who can get a bucket too. We going, Matthew, you want to drive? We got guys that can drive too. Like, we not just going to hound you to death and then just jack up layups. No, we're not doing that. We got guys who are professional scorers just like y'all. Y'all want to hoop? We can hoop. What you want to do. You know what I'm saying? And I think today Oklahoma City showed them when it comes down to hooping, at our level, at our apex, y'all ain't got enough.
Definitely.
And another thing with this game, and which is why I think as much as I like Haliburton, there is a gap to me. There is a gap between Shea and him.
Oh, definitely.
I know Shea in this series, bro giving me 30.
I'm averaging. He's averaging 30.
He getting 30 on these dudes. Minimum, not minimum. Minimum. You know what I'm saying?
Minimum.
He minimum getting
with the Fugees.
He get as many unlimited buckets as humanly possible on this team. Haliburton is a point guard through and through.
Yep.
It's not in his blood to go off early.
Yep.
And the problem with the thing is, if you're the Pacers, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
Yeah.
Because if we're Oklahoma City, we want him to go off.
100%.
Because if he goes off, then that disrupts all the things that Rick Carlisle wants to do.
Yep.
Right? Now he can't get, these little passes handed off. He can't get Turner going when he throws it back out when they set the pick. Right?
Yep.
Now he can't get Siakam going.
Yep.
Now he can't get Nembhard going. Right? All these other dudes are stationary.
All these other dudes need their plate set for them.
Yeah. And they're used to it.
Yep.
Right? So now if we're Oklahoma City, we want to turn him into a scorer. We want him to be one-dimensional.
Yep.
Right? So if you're Indiana, you're in this tough dichotomy because he's your best player. They know it and we know it. Yep. And the history of the final shows us, unless your point guard name is Steph Curry, unless your point guard name is Isaiah Thomas, meaning unless you got two dudes who are probably top 20 greatest of players of all time, your guard ain't going to be enough to get the job done. Because they're either going to score too much, which disrupt your offense, and not score enough to put you in the hole going into the fourth.
Yep.
You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, which is why I got Oklahoma City still winning this series. That's why I did not freak out about game one.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you don't freak out. It was just game was disappointing because it was like y'all had it in the bag.
Yeah.
That's why we were disappointed. We like y'all had them.
Right.
This game is like this is what we wanted to see.
Mm-hmm.
This is exactly how we thought you would dismantle this team.
Right. Now, with Haliburton. He had 5 points going into the fourth quarter.
The fourth quarter, yeah.
Got some garbage. Let's call it spade. He got some garbage point. It finished with 17.
Yeah.
It's 1-1 going back to Indiana. So you did do what you were supposed to do if you was Indiana.
Yeah, you stole one.
You got the split. Which is what you wanted. It's all you want to do when you're the road team. Still won early. That's it. Now we do not have to win another game in that godforsaken Oklahoma City place every game.
Yeah.
We can just win in Indiana and it's ours.
Yep.
What do you do or change if you're Indiana going back to game 3?
I'm going to utilize my bigs early and often to make Chet uncomfortable. I want Chet off the floor any way possible, whether that's defensively or offensively. I want to get him off the floor. Because that's what I was noticing a lot is that when both the bigs are out there, Chet is kind of in no man's land because he can only cover one of them, and the other one gets a matchup, unless it's Caruso, that usually favors them. And if I'm Indiana, that's what I want to do. I want to try to find a way to kind of get him off the floor any way possible so we can utilize that big lineup, make them have to rely on Isaiah Hartenstein, who's another defensive guy, not really an offensive guy, and make them have to change up their lineups that way. That's what I would do.
Now, what do you do about Haliburton's production in the first couple quarters of the game?
That's a tough one. I think that one, I would definitely ask him, at least in the first quarter, we're going to do a two-man game maybe with him and Siakam only, and just focus on y'all two getting buckets, and maybe that helps early on to maybe that helps in the half to just keep that game a lot closer. Because I think they were down 20 by the second half or something like that.
At various points, yeah.
Yeah, and then that was always the case. I want to get that lead. I want to keep that lead at close to like 5, and hopefully a two-man game between him and Siakam, maybe him and Turner, keeps that game a little bit closer, where we're just worrying about our two best players going off. Because I still think Siakam overall. Siakam and Haliburton, your best players, and them having a two-man game might fix that deficit going into the second half. That's what I would do. What about you?
I would, if I'm Rick Carlisle, I would purposely tell Haliburton, hey, to start each half, we kind of need you to kind of be a little bit selfish, right? So the first quarter and the third quarter, we need you to kind of pace us and set the tone, right? Don't worry about the rest of these guys. Don't worry about Nembhard. Matthew don't give a damn. He going to do what he want to do anyway. Yeah. Don't worry about McConnell. Don't worry about Turner, right? We need you to pace us in the first and third quarters, right? Freak them out.
Got you.
Freak Oklahoma. Just freak them out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
just like, oh, what is this? What is he doing? You know what I mean?
Right,
like, they know you have a reputation for a reason.
Yeah.
They seen it firsthand that, like, okay, like, oh.
He can't go off.
He's hot now. Like, oh, like, we got to, like, overplay him.
Yeah.
Extend our defense a little bit further out than we normally do. Maybe double him sometimes coming off the pick. You know, and then that'll make the game easier because now they're playing you like you're an actual scorer. Right now, they're still playing you like because they know you want to pass. That's your instinct.
Yeah, that's why they hound passing lanes and all that. That's why the turnover issue happens because we know you want to pass first.
Right. So maybe the first and the beginning of the third quarters, you set the tone. You pace us a little bit. You know, just it can be something quick. It can be like 14. You know, that like 14 points in during that time period.
Yeah.
That way. like I think that's enough to keep them honest,
right,
and change their game plan. And then coming fourth quarter, you already know what time it is. You know what I mean?
Then we can get the other guys involved because they also do help in those fourth quarter moments as well.
So that's what I would do with that. But I still just think that at the end of the day, Indiana to me just has a talent problem.
Yeah.
And that they're just not talented enough.
Yeah.
And in the history of the NBA, only a handful of times did the less talented team won.
Yeah.
Right? The 2004 Pistons.
Yep.
The 2011 Mavericks. The 2019 Raptors.
Yeah.
The 95 Rockets. You know what I'm saying? And I could be wrong, but 95 Rockets had a top 10 player of all time. Hakeem Olajuwon, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just checking. The Dallas Mavericks had a top 20 player of all time, Dirk Nowitzki, right?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just checking. You know, the Detroit Pistons had not one, not two, not three, but 4 All-Stars. Am I correct? And was coached by Hall of Famer Larry Brown. Just checking.
Yep.
And then the 2019 Raptors had a top 75 greatest player of all time, Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
So unless you're all right, we don't have
the talent, but we got a guy.
Yeah.
Hey, don't worry, I got a guy.
Yeah, okay. I may not have the nuclear codes, but I still got a nuke. You know what I mean? I got one. I can
nuke something here.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like a Mario.
Fight back.
It's like a Mario Kart. I got some shells now.
Right.
You know
I got the blue shell.
Yeah.
Hey.
Right.
Stay up there if you want.
Right. I'm gonna launch this hoe real quick. You know what I mean? And it's accurate. You know?
It's coming.
It's coming. You know what I mean? So I think that's the problem with them is, you know. But I don't know. I'm still hopeful for the series. One thing I did want to talk about was the ratings for the first game came out.
Yeah.
It was not the greatest.
No.
But it was to be expected. We talked about this.
Yep.
Which is the first game, the ratings weren't going to be high, but it was close.
Yep.
But we also said that the next couple games after that need to be nip and tuck.
Yep. It's got to be barn burners.
This second game was a blowout.
Yeah.
So now I'm worried.
I'm a little worried too.
Going into game 3.
Yeah, game 3, it needs to feel like y'all's game 5 from last year.
Yeah.
But that has to happen in game 3.
But that was a blowout, though. You don't want blowouts.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah. You're right. What game do we want? What game do we want?
Just a close game. We'll take game 1. We'll take game 1.
Yeah.
We need that. Just nip and tuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's got to be way closer. Got to be way more competitive. And honestly, that was the thing. Like calls wise, it felt pretty even to me on the refereeing. It didn't feel too jilted one way or the other. It was just basketball, and unfortunately, if it's just basketball, Indiana's not in a good place.
Mm-hmm.
So we definitely need Indiana when they get at home to show us that you got fight, because that's what we need.
Now, also, before we move on, if you're the NBA. Right, if you're ESPN, ABC, and this is the series you have, the two small market teams, right? Presentation matters
100%.
And then you have to, if you don't have the natural juice of just the guys that are in it, you know what I'm saying? It's sort of like I use UFC for example. Dana White didn't just rely on the fact that, okay, you know, we got Ronda Rousey fighting, John Jones, Conor McGregor, GSP, right?
Yep.
Sometimes he didn't have those dudes fighting for titles. Sometimes it was other people. And in that case, then, he would make up for it with doing stuff like The Ultimate Fighter.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let people get to know these guys. We'll have this showdown going into the fight. That way people are familiar and they're getting hyped for it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that with ESPN and ABC and the NBA, you know you have two small market teams. You have two emerging stars. Right? One's the MVP of the league. The other's an all-star. You have to do a little bit more to sell this. You have to overcompensate for the fact you don't have the natural juice of the star power.
It's the club promotion game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes there's some nights it's looking a little slow. Need somebody to go out there and bring people to the door.
Yeah.
And that's what the NBA has to do right now. We need you to you got to pick up the slack for the fact that this is new stars and a market that hasn't had this type of play before, the Midwest.
Yeah.
Let's be real, it might be new stars almost every year now.
Yeah.
So they have to get used to promoting.
They got to go back to what they did for Michael back in the day, right? Like, we know that you ain't got the juice right now since you're kind of new to this. We're going to attach you to something that will help bring your profile up. That they gotta dig back into the old tricks that they've got, because I think they'll still work. Just, hey, like we're gonna attach, like Ant, he got this. He's good. Shay, we don't know you very well, so we're gonna attach you to something real quick to get your profile up. Stuff like that. You know what? Jordan had Spike. Penny had the little Penny. Those things worked for a reason, and we need that again.
And just hype the games up more.
Yeah.
Give me some WWE promo hype packages.
Facts.
Give me some voiceovers. You know what I mean? Give me somebody narrating something very dramatically.
Yeah,
you know what I
facts.
mean?
Give me the music.
Overdo it.
Yeah.
Like it should be overwhelmingly like obnoxious to it.
Almost like the monster trucks back in the day.
You know what I'm saying? Like it should be like, you know, your grave digger.
Grave digger.
Like it should be like just like it should just feel like momentous.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Almost Shakespearean, almost.
Facts.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
like
yeah.
it should almost be that. Like, I mean, if they, go get Vince McMahon, goddammit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts.
Go get and help him. You know what I mean? Like just, you know, Vince McMahon used to use Classy Freddie Blassie back in the day for the old WWF promos. Bring some more gravitas to
100%.
it. Make people feel like this shit is important.
100%.
Like
100%. The NBA has been acting like they're a little too cool sometimes.
Yeah.
And we definitely need y'all to be like, nah, this is hype.
Yeah, it should feel different. Like even the court should feel different.
100%.
It should look different. It should just be like man, like this is just like whoa.
This
like,
is it. This is it.
A regular stranger, a regular person who never watched the NBA, she better walk into a bar, look up and be like, man, what's going on here? Like it should be able to it should look like that. It should look insane, intense, rowdy.
Yep.
It should just look like this looks different than a regular. It's like the effort they put into like the NBA Cup.
100%.
The same effort they should be putting in the NBA. They got different color courts. They got the trophy in the middle.
Yeah.
It looks like whoa. You know what I'm saying? But the same thing doesn't apply for this.
I just had this thought. I feel like they're putting more, doing all that for the All-Star weekend than for the finals now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, All-Star Weekend. They're trying to save the All-Star Weekend. Was like, nah, we should be pumping up the finals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The finals.
I think they're missing a golden opportunity. That's why I'm hoping to God that, you know, NBC does a little bit of job of promoting their games. Maybe that.
Yeah.
But the thing that is weird about it is, ESPN, ABC, you connected to Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah, you bought Fox. You got all these dudes, all these storytellers. You can't grab none of them.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, I know you're working on,
Moana 10.
You know, right? Avengers 20, Return of the Avengers. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But can't we just borrow you, do a quick hype? Just make me something real quick, dog.
The NFL did it with The Rock for one of their Super Bowls.
Yeah, I mean,
it was out in LA.
Yeah,
like do that.
You know what I'm saying?
Copy somebody's homework, please.
Something. Man, that's all the time we have for you guys today, man. You can follow me at Facebook at Bryce Oden. Follow me on Instagram at Bryce David Oden. Bryce Oden told him.
Remember Twitter, Bruce Leroy.
And remember, you hear from the horse's mouth. Listen, as we told you, we out. Peace.